Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks, and my mathematical guru suggested, and if you look, there's no center to this item, or it's not in the center. And I couldn't really start out. Well, I could start out. I did start out in the center of the page, but let's just put it way up here. So these things are symmetrical. So we need to find the center of this. It just doesn't work because if you look right there, because it's going from that long point to the short flat side. But if we take our smart fill tool and fill in that section and nudge it over and then left click, right click, that thing is an object now, and we can take a 2-point line and go from that node to the midpoint. I might have moved it a little bit, so let's do it. Probably better to go from the midpoint up to the node. So go midpoint over to the node, midpoint up. And you don't have to do them all, but I'm going to go ahead and do them all. See, I'm off on that one a little bit. So go from the midpoint to that node, got off again, midpoint to that node, and then one more midpoint to that node. Now that's in the center of that polygon, even though it's got sloped sides. So now let's nudge it back over. And instead of rotating them around and then having to snap to, we can Control D and make a duplicate of that guy and double click on it and now put it in the center of the intersection and rotate it 72 degrees all the way around. Now there's another way that if you didn't want to go through all that trouble to do that right there, you could go so that, well, I really need to kind of get rid of that and kind of start over. There we go. Now I can go Control D and then rotate this 72 degrees. And then if you have that selected, if you will select this shape and go CE, it'll put it in that shape. Control D, rotate it another 72 degrees. That's selected, hold down your shift, select them both, CE, Control D again and rotate it another 70. And what's neat about this is not changing it, the degrees. And then go EC this time, same thing, Control D and make a duplicate. And then rotate it 72 degrees. And then shift select that space and EC, and you get the same result. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.